Alright guys, we are back and today we're starting another build. I've been gathering parts for this for quite a while. I got a whole pile of them sitting over here on the bench, so let's get right to it. This gun we're going to be building in the same caliber, coincidentally, as that last video I put up, which was this in 6mm arc. If you haven't seen that video, I'll try and link it below. You guys can go watch that. But I'm really liking the 6mm arc cartridge. It's starting to be one of my favorites. I do wish ammo was a little bit cheaper, but it is an awesome cartridge, and that's what we're building this one in. But this gun is going to be set up a little bit different than this gun. Before we jump over to the bench and I go through all the parts with you, I will have a build list, which will be the first link in the description, or you can follow the QR code. That'll have anything that we talk about in the video over there. If you guys have any more questions or need information on that stuff, I don't sell anything. It's information only, so go check that out. Also, if you like content like this, make sure you're subscribed and hit that thumbs up button. YouTube also has a new button. It's called a hype button. You can click that. It's just like the like button. Supposedly it puts it on a new list to help smaller channels like mine to recommend content like this to people that haven't seen it before. So try that out if you would for me. But let's jump over to the bench. We'll go through all the parts and pieces and get this thing put together. So first off, we are starting with a Palmetto State Armory Sabre receiver set. This is a billet receiver set. It's machined really nice. It came with the upper and the lower. Now this upper was stripped when I got it, but I had to take this barrel and get it pin and welded because it is a 14.5 inch barrel. So I had to install the barrel, get the barrel nut on, get the gas block and gas tube on. This is a Superlative Arms adjustable gas block with a stainless steel gas tube. I also have a Strike Industries dust cover right here that will follow the theme of this gun. You can kind of see the idea that I have going here. I put a silencer coat ASR flash hider on the front, and like I said, that is pin and welded. I just took that to my local gun shop to get that done. And then I'm going to be running an SLR Rifle Works handguard. With this receiver set being billet, you have to run a certain type of handguard that's compatible with that. Just your normal forge type handguard, a lot of those don't work. So I got this one from SLR, had them Cerakote it in this FDE color, which turned out pretty good. I think I'm going to like the look of this gun. I do have a few other things to do to this upper, the forward assist and things like that. This is the second billet Sabre receiver set that I've used. Palmetto's really stepped up their game with their receiver sets on the Sabre lineup, and I know there's a lot of people that talk trash on Palmetto, and I honestly think those people just haven't tried their stuff because they're taking some big strides for guys like us that like to put stuff together. I know you can buy a complete upper from them or a complete lower and kind of piece it together that way, but I went this route because I wanted to put the whole thing together. As far as the barrel goes, this is a Schaub barrel. It's a 14.5 inch, chambered at 6mm arc. It has a 1 7.5 twist. It's made out of 4140 chromoly with a melanite black finish. It's threaded 5/8 by 24. Has a 750 gas journal, and it's got a mid-length gas system on it. So I'm really excited to try this out. This is my first Schaub barrel. I've heard really good things about them. For a bolt carrier group, I picked up this Fail Zero 6mm arc. This one's a nickel boron, which are really easy to clean. And to be honest, I think this is the first Fail Zero bolt carrier group that I've tried. I'll be running a Aero Precision breech charging handle. This is the large lever style. I really like these. They're easy to grab. They're not too rough on your fingers. I've found that these are a pretty solid choice for charging handles. Now for a bunch of the lower parts, I chose forward controls. I got the magazine release, the bolt catch, and this forward assist. And as you can see, I got them in the dimpled texture on there to kind of match the dimpling on that bolt release that comes installed in this lower receiver. Now this lower receiver is ambidextrous on the bolt catch. The magazine release is not. But I kind of wanted to match that theme, so I went with the dimpled look. I got the forward assist, I got the bolt catch bolt release, a magazine release. I'm also going to go with a Geisley trigger. Now, this one is a blem. I bought it at a killer price, but I got the Super Dynamic Enhanced trigger. There's a place that puts these on sale a bunch, and they're just that, a blem. They still carry the factory warranty. They still perform the exact same as one that is not a blem, but they may have a little defect in the anodizing or something like that. You can definitely pick up quality parts at a discounted price if you're looking in the right spot, and I may have a little more info about that over at the parts list. As far as the safety selector, Radian Talon safety selector, this one is in flat dark earth. These are my go-to safety selectors that I use on most of my builds. Then I'll be going with a B5 enhanced SOPMOD stock. These are an awesome stock, nice cheek well, very comfortable to shoot with. This one's also in flat dark earth. For a foregrip, I got this Emissary handbrake. Now this one's kind of cool. There's only one place you can get these. It's kind of a collaboration with them, but it comes in flat dark earth and black, where typically you can only buy these in either flat dark earth or black. But these ones are kind of an exclusive, and YouTube hates when I tell you guys where I get stuff. So again, more info will be over at the parts list for that. I'll be running a flat dark earth Difrico Kung Fu grip on this. These are one of my favorites. They got a little bit better angle for you when you're shooting, and I'm really coming to love these things. So I'll be running that as well as their grip plug that goes in the bottom of it, and I'll show you a little bit more of that once I get them installed. But that has some storage in it and also kind of fills out the back end portion of the grip. As far as a buffer setup, I went with the Geisley. This one comes in their desert dirt color, which I think will look pretty good on this build. It has a Super 42 spring, which is that braided wire spring, and I got it with an H1 buffer. And then as far as optic on this gun, I got a Warren X-Scale cantilever mount. This one's in that olive drab color, kind of like the receiver set. And then I got a Vortex Diamondback 4-16 scope that comes in flat dark earth. Now this is the op mod version. If you guys don't know where that's from, I'll make sure and have that over the build list as well. But that's what that scope looks like. This color, kind of like that Emissary handbrake, is kind of a company exclusive from where I bought it. So I'm gonna try that out with that 6mm ARC cartridge. I do like a scope that can reach out a little bit further. You can see a little bit of further distance. So that's why I went with the 4-16. I know the scope is a little bit bigger for an AR style platform, but we'll see how it works out and see how I like it. But I'm gonna get this bench cleaned up and get going on putting this together. So we got this build wrapped up and it turned out amazing. I am really loving the color scheme on this. For some reason, this has really grabbed my eye lately. Flat dark earth builds with a little touch of green, and I love how this turned out. That Sabre receiver set looks pretty badass on there. Nice and tight lockup. There's not much movement in that. I'm really liking this emissary development hand stop out front. I think that kind of ties the whole thing together with that black insert. Like I mentioned, I will have a full build list. That'll be the first link in the description, or you can follow the QR code. Got that Vortex Diamondback scope up top. This is the op mod version, mounted on that Warren mount. Breech charging handle, Geisley trigger. Let me show you what this looks like. Very little take up. Crisp brake, that thing is money. The B5 stock on there. Really excited to try out this Shaw barrel. But all in all, I think this turned out awesome. Earlier when I was talking about the Di-Frico grip and that grip plug, you can see what I was talking about, how that grip plug kind of fills in the back side of that. Gives you a little more purchase for the kind of palm of your hand right there. Plus it has some storage built in, so that's a sweet option. The only issue that I ran into is my own fault, and it happens to be with that ambidextrous bolt catch. As you can see, I don't have that on there. With it being ambidextrous, this is proprietary. There's a little pin that comes with this receiver set. It comes on a little bag that's zip tied to this receiver, and I misplaced it. There's a little pin that has to go in there that the bolt catch interfaces with so that you can operate it from the right side. So I'm gonna have to reach out to Palmetto, see if I can get another one of those. If not, I'll have to come up with a different solution, make my own or something. But that's the only issue I had. But I think the theme of this build and how this turned out looks amazing. And with that SLR handguard, I think that matches up perfectly with that receiver set. It almost looks like it was built for it. So I'm really liking this build. Excited to get it out to the range, and that's the next video you'll see. I'll get that bolt catch installed, maybe a few other accessories, and then we'll hit the range in the next video. Go check out the build list if you guys see anything that you have questions on. But as always, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that